A $13 billion symbol of American power brought to a grinding halt by an unexpected crisis. The mighty USS Gerald R. Ford, the most advanced aircraft carrier ever built, now facing an embarrassing storm far from the battlefield. Sent under President Donald Trump's watch to project strength towards Iran, but instead of shock and awe headlines, the supercarrier is reeling under a far more awkward ordeal, a plumbing nightmare. Yes, the floating fortress of American air power, designed to dominate oceans and deter adversaries, reportedly grappling with serious sewage system failures. The USS Ford, a 100,000-ton superpower carrier, confronting a meltdown not of missiles but of maintenance. For the US Navy, it's an uncomfortable spotlight. For critics, a field day. Because when a warship built to intimidate rivals is making waves for plumbing problems, the optics sting. A supercarrier meant to send a message of strength, now battling a crisis below deck. Ford, commissioned as the most advanced warship ever to sail under the American flag, continues to battle persistent sewage system failures years after entering service. At the heart of the crisis, a vacuum-based plumbing network adapted from cruise ship technology. On paper, it promised efficiency. In reality, it's struggling under the weight of more than 4,500 sailors living and working aboard this floating city of steel. Instead of launching sorties and preparing for combat, crews are wrestling with clogged lines, leaking pipes and backed-up toilets. According to emails obtained by NPR, in just 4 days the carrier logged more than 200 breakdowns. Engineers reportedly pulled grueling 19-hour shifts simply to keep the system from collapsing entirely. Since 2023, outside assistance has been called in dozens of times, with more than 30 incidents recorded last year alone. Yet, despite the relentless maintenance grind, US Navy officials insist the issues have not compromised operational readiness, even as the carrier prepares for potential action against Iran. A $13 billion symbol of American dominance preparing for confrontation abroad while battling a very different nightmare below deck, one that refuses to end. Sailors, however, are telling a very different story. Behind the polished briefings and confident assurances, there is fatigue, long deployments, sanitation breakdowns, rising frustration rippling through the ranks. For the men and women aboard the USS Gerald R. Ford, the strain is no longer just operational, it's personal. Some describe lengthy waits for basic facilities, others speak of mounting stress as the mission stretches on, deployments extended, crews pushed toward near record time at sea. Morale, they say, is feeling the pressure. Experts point to fundamental design flaws: too few toilets for a crew of more than 4,500, narrow vacuum lines that clog under heavy use, a plumbing architecture that looked efficient on paper but falters under real-world strain. It's a stark reminder that even the most cutting-edge military platforms, powered by nuclear reactors, launching next-generation fighter jets, can stumble over the simplest necessities: steel and firepower above deck, fragility below it. For now, the Gerald R. Ford sails on, a floating fortress projecting American might across contested waters. But somewhere deep inside that 100,000-ton supercarrier, beneath the roar of aircraft and the hum of reactors, sailors are hoping for something far less dramatic than dominance at sea. Not hypersonic jets, not nuclear propulsion, just a system that works, a basic comfort, a working loo.
Another carrier. Another surge of firepower into the Gulf. The USS Gerald R. Ford, America's most advanced warship, is now heading toward Iran's doorstep. But behind the show of strength, questions are mounting. Is Washington projecting overwhelming force or stretching its fleet to the limit? The USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group is heading to the Middle East, becoming the second U.S. carrier presence in the region. The USS Abraham Lincoln is already operating in the Persian Gulf, alongside multiple destroyers, submarines, and nearly 30,000 American troops stationed across 18 bases. President Donald Trump has described the buildup as necessary amid rising tensions with Tehran. The Ford is the U.S. Navy's newest and most advanced aircraft carrier, a 100,000-ton warship equipped with the electromagnetic aircraft launch system. Navy leadership has called it an invaluable asset for any mission the president may order. Its arrival would significantly expand Washington's military options. But the deployment is not without controversy. The Ford has already been at sea since June last year, with extended operations in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean. What was expected to be a 6-month mission has stretched well beyond its initial timeline. Crew members who anticipated returning home this spring now face further uncertainty. Extended deployments also raise maintenance concerns. The carrier was reportedly scheduled for major upgrades and dry dock repairs in Virginia, work that may now be delayed. Systems modifications and routine upkeep, including flight deck resurfacing and landing system upgrades, were planned after years of testing. Prolonged sea time can increase wear and operational strain. The Navy's top officer has previously indicated he would push back against further extensions, as per the Eurasian Times. Yet the Ford has now been ordered towards the Gulf. While the carrier strengthens America's military posture, the combination of fatigue, deferred maintenance, and escalating regional tensions adds complexity to an already high-stakes deployment.